Hi everybody, and welcome back to Kevin's Upfront Opinion again today. Now, I thought I'd follow on from yesterday because obviously I started doing the videos about Down syndrome, because obviously it's Down syndrome awareness month this month, and obviously probably a lot of people are aware that I do have a child with Down syndrome, which you can probably see in the picture. Just it's this one here. Okay, and after I had a message from, the most polite way to put it would be some moron who said all Down syndrome babies should be terminated, and I will call them a moron because it's kind of a response I actually expect. Now the reality is there is actually a country in Europe where they do have that as state law, where all Down syndrome pregnancies must be terminated. I think it's somewhere like Denmark or Norway. It's in Scandinavia anyway. But I'm not going to talk about that because obviously that guy did irritate me a little bit. So what I thought I'd speak about is basically the good things about children with Down syndrome. Now, one of the things I don't talk about is how she actually changed my life. Now, obviously, a lot of people know that I've got quite a few kids. You know, I've got 7 children, including my stepdaughter. Okay, and yeah, you can have a go at me about making that comment, but there are people out there who say, yeah, but she's not your child at the end of the day, and I've had that for over a decade, which is true. She isn't my child, but I count her as one of mine. And obviously my stepdaughter's the one that initially got me to grow up, change my ways in everything. But my daughter Jasmine, she was the one that made me become a better person, knowing I couldn't carry on in some aspects with the way that I was heading in my life. I had to take a lot more responsibility, especially when my wife was pregnant with her, mainly because if I take a look at it, if I look back on it now, I remember us going to the appointments because initially we got told that she was going to have this really bad heart problem, and they didn't actually know if she was going to be able to survive because I think it's the left ventricle or the right ventricle, whichever one pumps the blood down to the lungs. It was going to be undersized, and I didn't know if she'd be viable. And a lot of times when we went to the hospital appointments, my wife would get muddled up with all the information, and then she'd go and tell people, and she'd get everything wrong basically. You know, whether you want to say that's hormones and everything, that's what I always put it down to. So I had to take a lead, which is really the first time ever, because men don't take a lead when women are pregnant. They just sit there in a corner, do as they're told, and basically ignore everything and pretend that they're listening. And any man that says otherwise, they're lying through their teeth. That's what men do. But when it comes to Jasmine, I had to take a lead because a lot of the information was quite vital. Now, if you go over the years, because obviously she has had major heart surgery, and because of it happening during COVID, it makes you realise in some aspects how lucky you are at the end of the day, because she makes you a better person and she makes you want to do better, you know, and she makes you want to learn new things, whether it's, you know, simple basic things like learning Makaton and all that type of stuff, which, to be honest, difficult. I struggle. I struggle with it, to be honest. You know, some people may be extremely good at it. I'm absolutely useless when it comes to Makaton. And anybody wants to try and teach me, be my guest. I can get by. I know exactly what she wants a lot of the time, because I know the signs she gives are not the correct Makaton signs. But if I was to be honest, couldn't live without her. I really wouldn't be able to live without her. You know, and that's the thing when it comes to children with Down syndrome. They do change you as a person because of everything that they bring into your life. So I'm not going to drag it on for ages and ages like I did yesterday. So everybody, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you all again a bit later. And obviously, please do give us a follow, subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please do like and share it as well. But for now, thanks for listening. I'll speak to you again.